Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Next week is D-Day. Essentially, it is the day that Americans go to the polls and they decide to vote for either the future of America or the complete and utter destruction of America and therefore the world as we know it. Because if they decide to vote for the likes of Kamala Harris, then we are in a lot of trouble, people. Because the reason why I'm making this video about Kamala Harris is because her own supporters decided to turn on her at her own rally. Gee, I wonder why that actually is. Could it be that she's so incompetent she can't actually make a logical statement without a teleprompter present, which we know that it's not really her words, it is her staff's words? Or the only good thing I will say that she is remarkable at is hating Donald Trump and attacking Donald Trump. Now, that's not really a major claim to fame. Anyone can really do that if they tried to do it. But the vast majority of things that Kamala Harris is saying are a bunch of lies. Lies that the mainstream media have created to make and paint Donald Trump to be a certain type of figure. I watched a rather interesting sort of journalistic deep dive or insight into the real story of Donald Trump. And obviously, this so-called independent journalist had a couple of cracks every now and then to say, well, he wishes that Donald Trump had have gone to war, had have done certain things. You know, like you could tell that that particular journalist, I think his name is Johnny Harris, I think. You can check him out if you want, if you guys don't already follow him. But you can already tell that Harris doesn't actually like Trump. In fact, I would be confident to say that Johnny Harris would actually vote for, you guessed it, Harris. Kamala Harris. I actually left a comment on his video and said, I would love to see you investigate Kamala Harris. Now, you automatically know that if a person is doing a video, a deep dive into Donald Trump, it's not exactly going to be fair or great, if you ask me. Now, I got to know a little bit of Donald Trump's story. Fantastic. The guy was in the military for a while. He didn't get conscripted or drafted into the war because he had some sort of ailment, which I don't really care. I don't. But nevertheless, the guy ended up making billions as a result of his business practices. And a lot of other people also say that he's done some shady business dealings, whatever else. The man is a shark. The man is clearly a honey badger as well. He doesn't like to give up. In fact, he has said that he doesn't like to lose. Now, as someone that is looking at the state of America at the moment, I would much rather have someone that doesn't like to lose because you know at least he's going to do everything he possibly can to try and win. And that is a good thing, people, especially when it comes to the likes of versing China, North Korea, and Russia, and also the T-word organizations around the world. I would want someone that is committed to actually winning versus Kamala Harris, who, by the way, looked in complete and utter panic and completely shook by the protesters, her own supporters at her own rally that decided to mock her, that decided to go after her. And she decides not to, stand up, show her pride, show that she is a confident, strong, independent woman. No, you know what she decides to do? Pack up her stuff and leave. Have a watch of this.
We are fighting for America's future, and we understand the opportunity we have before us to turn the page on the fear
she's talking about we are fighting for America's future. Looking down at the page, yes, I've got to get that right. We're fighting for America's future. And then this guy starts yelling and screaming at her. And then she just starts continuing this pathetic excuse of a speech. And then she turns around to look, this ain't good. I can't continue to fight for this country or for what I'm trying to say here, because this person in the crowd is yelling and screaming at me. Oh, no, God forbid that actually happens, man. God forbid someone yells at me. What am I going to do? I can't go to Google and ask Google for the answer. Hey, Google, what do I do when someone yells at me? Someone save me. Someone help me. Yeah, sure. You are a very, very strong, independent woman by the looks of things, Kamala Harris. Bloody well done. Excellent show. You just showed the entire American people your true self, especially when it comes to pressure, especially when it comes to people yelling at you. You can't take it. You can't hack it. Now, if this was Trump, on the other hand, you've seen what Trump's done with hecklers, or you've seen what Trump's people have done with hecklers. You know, they embrace it. Come on, let's go. Try it. When Kamala Harris is faced with protesters or hecklers mocking her, what's her reaction? Oh, help me. Now, she posted this on her Twitter page yesterday, and this is before, I think, the hecklers started, or her supporters actually started mocking her. And imagine, to my shock and my horror, the majority of her speech is what? Repeating the same incitement of violence towards Donald Trump, calling him Adolf Hitler, calling him certain things that are actually lies. Imagine my shock and horror when she tries doing that. And then not long after that, the heckler or the people that are supposedly supporting Kamala Harris are saying, we want Trump. We want Trump. And they start mocking her as well. Like, yeah, man. I love it. So have a watch of, I love to see her supporters actually turn on her, because she's so incompetent and she's got the IQ of, like, I'm not even going to be unkind to goldfish. I'm going to say something that is, she's got an IQ not even above 50, but have a watch of this incitement of violence speech that she gave towards Trump.
He who has said he wished he had generals like Hitler's, who calls Americans who disagree with him the enemy from within. You know what that harkens back to? And he says he would use the American military to go after them. Donald Trump has even called for the, quote, termination of the Constitution of the United States of America. And let us be very clear. Someone who suggests we should terminate the Constitution of the United States should never again stand behind the seal of the President of the United States. Never again. Never again. Never again.
You know what's actually rather interesting? These people, they say that Donald Trump is doing all these things or will do all these things, and yet they're the ones that are actually doing it. They're so afraid that Donald Trump's going to do it, but yet they're the ones that are actually doing it already. So, mate, get over yourself. Honestly, nobody likes you. If anyone likes Kamala Harris, it's because they've got no actual choice. They've been, I mean, you saw the Beyonce speech. I don't know if you guys did, but it was as if they had something on her. All these celebrities that have come out supporting Kamala Harris has got a IQ of as Mel Gibson so rightly said, a fence pole, which is nothing. No. And if he said it best, if anyone votes for her, they're equally the same. Like, they're just as dumb. How can you vote for someone like her? It makes no sense to me, aside from the fact that they may actually have something on you. Donald Trump actually said this over on Twitter. Kamala Harris has finally lost the Catholic vote. Her and the Democrats' persecution of the Catholic Church is unprecedented. Her poll numbers have dropped like a rock, both with Catholics and otherwise. What took so long? RFK Jr. has been pushing hard for Catholics to vote for Trump. Kamala again made a fool of herself last night at a radical left fundraiser, and this after putting on a very low IQ display at a fake news CNN town hall, which I made a video of. It was shocking. She was almost incoherent, and even host Alison Cooper, who couldn't get her to make any sense, became agitated. Kamala is demanding late-term abortion in months 7, 8, and 9, and even execution after birth. And people aren't buying it. And they never will. She is a radical left lunatic. And damn right about that. She's a lot more than just a radical left lunatic. She is downright evil. She is the embodiment of evil. You thought Joe Biden was bad? Try and elect her and see what she'll do. She is way worse, man. Absolutely way worse. It was almost as if like she had somewhat checked power with Biden. She did nothing really under Biden except make America worse. But now, if she is elected and she is given the reins, oh boy, we're in a lot of trouble. Anyway, my friends, thank you all so much for watching. You guys take care. You be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.